Police officer's friendship with homeless vet is an example of true compassion. These days, people tend to freeze when they see a cop walking up or when they hear a siren in the distance, even if they've done nothing wrong. But we often forget that there are a lot of police officers out there who have sworn to serve and protect. And Officer Denna Walker Pauley of the Lawrenceville Police Department in Lawrenceville, Georgia, is one of them. But while her role required her to never set one of them above the rest and love all humanity instead, she formed a bond with an elderly man and showed him the kind of compassion that will touch everyone's hearts. She got to meet the elderly man who had an aura of loneliness surrounding him. She decided to do something that would turn her into one of the most precious people in his life. But first, she had to hear his story.
Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
He was alone since early childhood and had no friends or family. He had also been homeless most of his life. To make things worse, he had suffered a stroke that made it extremely difficult and nearly impossible to speak. Fellow policewoman Shannon Volkdive was so touched that she documented Denna and Bob's story on Facebook, so people could understand what being a cop was really all about. Shannon explained how Denna had taken Bob home so he could show her what he needed. Then she checked up on him on a regular basis to make sure that he was okay. She also brought him supplies like food and even cleaned his apartment. But sometimes she would just go to keep the poor, lonely man some company. This allowed her to make medical decisions for him. It was a tough decision, but Denna didn't complain. Unfortunately, Bob took a turn for the worse, and she decided to put him in hospice. But she stayed by his side every step of the way. She held his hand and told him many times that she loved him, wrote Shannon. Meanwhile, Denna stuck around while waiting for nature to take its inevitable course. But this special and heartbreaking moment would not be forgotten. I've never been more proud of any friend than I was today of Denna Walker Pauley. It's hard for her to say goodbye to Bob. I told him he's changed her life forever because I know it's true, she said. Denna also took Bob's remains home so he could be with her forever. Although it was tough saying goodbye, both women are hopeful that he's found peace and happiness after crossing over. This photo depicts the true nature of law enforcement officers, Shannon wrote. The fact that Bob spent his whole life alone is a tragedy. But at least he had a guardian angel named Denna, who showed him and us that being a law enforcement officer isn't always about writing speeding tickets or catching bad guys.